Hello everybody, Skin Deep Beauty Vlogger here. I hope you're all really well. It's time for March favourites and I've got a ton of favourites to share with you this month. I don't know if it's maybe because it's that time of year when some of the new launches start coming out, or just because we've had such variable weather this month. It's gone from sort of me being able to wear a lightweight spring jacket and thinking, oh, it's time to put away my winter clothes, to having the worst snow in 30 years. So I've been trying a really wide range of different products. I'm going to be talking about them today. Some of them are drugstore, some of them are high-end, and I've also got a couple of non-beauty favourites to share with you at the end, so stay tuned if you're interested in those. As always, they're in no particular order, so I'm just going to get started. I'm going to start off with hand and nail products. Really been into hand and nail products this month. I've really been into my hand and nail products this month. I've got 3 nail varnish favourites. I've got Essie Mochacino, which is this really beautiful neutral sort of taupey colour with a little bit of shimmer to it. I love Essie nail polishes, it's my favourite nail varnish brand. I did find that this chipped a little bit more quickly than I'm accustomed to with Essie polishes, but nonetheless really loved it. It's a great neutral, not nude, but neutral colour that goes with so many different things. Very wearable. In the same sort of colour family is this Julep polish, which I got in my swap with Carly. I will link that below if you haven't already seen the video. This is the shade Ginger, and again it's a nice neutral, but it's a lot more holographic. I did find that this chipped quite quickly. Maybe I just need to get to grips a little bit more with this brand. It's the first polish I've tried from them. But I love the colour, really pretty, again very wearable, and I just love the bottles as well. I think they're so chic, this sort of square style bottle. I really wish you could get Julep here in the UK. And then my last nail varnish favourite is from NARS, and NARS isn't a brand that I particularly go to for nail varnishes just because they're so pricey, and I think you can get cheap nail varnishes that are just as nice. But this is new from the new collection, and it's called Disco Inferno. It's a really pretty duochrome. It's got sort of purple and greens to it depending on the light, or silver as well, so almost like a triple chrome. What's more, I really liked the formula. It was very sort of watery formula, which made it really easy to apply. I got full opacity within 2 coats. Really easy to work with. And I was actually really expecting this to chip quite quickly, but it didn't. I was very impressed. Out of the 3 that I've mentioned, this was the longest wearing on my nails. Now, because I've been applying my nail varnish a lot at home, I've been trying to get a really professional finish, and the way that I've been achieving that is using this Rituals nail varnish remover pen, which looks like this. And, well, it's a bit messy because I've been using it, but it's just got a tip that's infused with nail varnish remover, and you can really get right around the edges and tidy up that look for a nice professional finish. Really like this. Quite a few different brands have one of these. This is just the one I've been using. I wouldn't necessarily say that this is the one to get, but I've been enjoying it. My favourite hand wash has been by Green & Spring. It's from their Indulging range. I love the packaging. Look how cute little bird is. For those of you that don't know, Green & Spring is a British brand. It's inspired by sort of English garden herbs, and it's linked up with one of the big spas. I think it's Cowley Manor, but I can't quite remember. This has got a delicate rose and sensual jasmine fragrance, and it's really beautiful. It's free from all the nasties. I've just had this in my bathroom. I've been using it pretty much every day and really enjoying it. My favourite hand cream has been from another British brand, and that is by Neal's Yard. If you live in the UK, then you'll know that this came free with Marie Claire this month. I think we're really lucky in that respect. I don't believe that many other countries give away such great freebies with magazines, but this is really nice because I'm very lazy about putting hand cream on. The reason for that being that I hate the greasiness on my hands, but I just apply this at night. It's got quite a lightweight formula that doesn't leave any greasiness, so that works well for me. And it's got a sort of sweet, almost like an orange blossom fragrance, which I really like. I love the bright coloured tube. I mean, you could easily put this in your handbag and find it in a hurry. And what's more, the whole idea of this hand cream is to promote Save the Bees causes. I really like that. A couple of years ago I read a book all about sort of what would happen if bees died out, and I think it's quite an interesting and worthy cause, so always nice to support that whilst enjoying a beauty product at the same time. I have jumped on the bandwagon and discovered the Glam Glow face mask. This is the Tingling and Exfoliating Mud Mask. Now the first time I used this I hated it. I actually felt in pain because it's such a strong tingling sensation, and it's probably not going to be ideal for those with very sensitive skin for that reason. However, I loved the results. My skin has never looked so glowing. I mean, it just looks like this. It's really pricey, and I am going through the jar quite quickly. I just think it's quite addictive because I love the results so much. I think it's one of those products that your skin does kind of get used to. So the first time I used it, as I said, I did not enjoy it. I found it painful, and you know, I'm all for feeling products working, but I think sometimes it can go a bit too far, and I don't necessarily think that's good for your skin if something hurts. But I went back, but I loved the results so much that I've gone back to it a couple more times, and it really, I think my skin's gotten accustomed to it. It doesn't hurt anymore. It just leaves my skin beautifully glowing. Perfect for underneath, you know, it looks amazing under makeup. I really, really recommend this. Although it's pricey, if you can spare the money, I would definitely recommend checking this out. It's fantastic. Just be wary if you've got very sensitive skin. Another favourite that's really, really pricey, but that I wanted to include because I love it so much, is this Fekkai Overnight Hair Repair Mask. Now, you're supposed to use this 2 to 3 times a week. I certainly don't do that. For one, I would go through the bottle far too quickly, and also my hair is very fine and I don't like to use masks too regularly because it can get weighed down. It's got a functional pump dispenser. It smells incredible, but the reason that I really like this is that it's so convenient. So if I haven't got time to wash my hair the night before and I know that I'm going to have to do it in the morning, I will put this on, leave it on, sleep with this in my hair overnight, and then when I have to wash my hair in the morning, all I need to do is shampoo. I don't need to use conditioner, which is good for me because I'm not a morning person by any means. However, this is so eye-wateringly expensive. When I told my hairdresser about this, she was like, oh wow, your hair looks in really good condition at the moment. And I was like, well, I have been using this. She was just like, for that price, I will come and stroke your hair all night long and like massage your scalp. It's stupidly expensive. For that reason, I probably wouldn't recommend it, but I wanted to mention it nonetheless because I really enjoy it. I probably wouldn't repurchase it again because of the price, but one that I've really enjoyed and that has been a part of my routine this month. Another face mask that I've enjoyed, I probably should have mentioned this before the Fekkai mask. This is the White Lotus Hydrating Face Pad. I got this in my glossy box a couple of months back, and I hadn't used it for a while, but I finally used it this month. Really, really enjoyed it. It's a sheet mask. I've never actually used a sheet mask before, so it was a really interesting experience. It was a lot more fiddly than I was expecting, and I was a bit worried that it was going to rip. However, it worked so well to hydrate my skin. It contains hyaluronic acid, so that's not exactly surprising. What I did find with this, and if you have one of these, then I would definitely keep the packet because there was so much product left inside of here that what I did was I just folded this over and used the remnants as a serum, and it lasted me for a good week. My dehydrated skin loves anything with hyaluronic acid in it, so I got on really well with this, and if you have dehydrated skin, I would recommend this, although it is expensive. But you know, if you're looking for a treat, then maybe this would be worth checking out. Okay, on to makeup favourites. Mostly these are drugstore, although I have got one that I couldn't resist including, and that is of course my Tom Ford Brow Sculptor. I picked this up in a recent haul and I have been using it pretty much every day. It's a pricey product, but worth every single penny. Now I've got the shade Taupe, which is very natural. I'm wearing it at the moment, although you know how much you can really tell, I'm not too sure. Also, I don't really want to be talking about an eyebrow product because I'm desperately waiting to get an appointment to have my eyebrows threaded, but they're fully booked at the moment. It's got the slanted tip applicator at one end, the comb at the other, and you can also untwist it and there's a sharpener. So it's ideal for you travelling. It's just fantastic. For me, this is probably a holy grail brow product. And I'm probably going to do a review sort of demonstration video of this so that if you're interested then you can look at that because it is pricey. I can't recommend this highly enough. Here's some more products now, and these are all drugstore. My favourite eyeshadow of the month has been the Wet n Wild Walking on Eggshells Trio, in particular the eyelid colour. You guys often ask me to do a neutral eyes tutorial, a sort of everyday wearable look. To be honest, I don't know if it's really worth me doing one of my current everyday neutral eye because all I'm using is these shadows, either in the order that they suggest, sort of the eyelid colour, the crease and the brow bone colour, or if I'm in a real hurry then I will just take the eyelid colour on my current favourite brush, which is the Sigma E40 tapered blending brush. Quite a large brush, and I will just sort of apply this eyelid shade, which is supposedly a dupe for MAC Naked Lunch. I don't think it's a perfect dupe, but it's pretty close. And just apply it all over my lid. I'm wearing that at the moment. A flick of eyeliner, some mascara, and I'm good to go. So that's all I've been doing every day. You know, it's no more complicated than that. I don't know if it's really worth me doing a tutorial, but if you'd like, I certainly can, but that's it. A couple of Rimmel favourites. Rimmel have really been sort of bringing out some great launches this year so far. One of them is the Scandaleyes Kohl in Nude. This is a really fantastic eyeliner for the waterline. It's flesh coloured, which can be quite hard to find, so it's amazing that a drugstore brand has brought it out. And it just really helps to brighten the eyes, neutralise any redness, and ideal when you're feeling quite tired. It's not... Now, a lot of people have compared these to the NARS longwear, what are they called? Larger than life longwear eyeliners. To be honest, I don't think that this is as long wearing, but for a drugstore brand you certainly can't go wrong, and I would recommend picking one up. I've been using it pretty much every day, certainly towards the second half of March. And the other brightening and awakening product that I've been using from Rimmel is the Wake Me Up Concealer. Now, I haven't been using this as a spot concealer because it has got some shimmer particles, because it has got those brightening particles that you don't really want to highlight your spots. But for under eyes, this is absolutely fantastic. It's very pigmented, very opaque, brilliant at concealing under eye circles. This for me is holy grail. I would not be without this. I am in the shade 010 Ivory. A little goes a long way. This tube is going to last me for ages, and I can't recommend it highly enough. Pick one of these up if you're out and about. I'm a bit worried this is turning into the longest video ever, but I really have been enjoying a range of products this month. Now, I've been a little bit late to the party in discovering the Maybelline colour tattoos, but now that I have discovered them, I'm really enjoying them, and the shade that I've really been enjoying this month is Bad to the Bronze, or in the UK, On and On Bronze. I much prefer the American name. It looks like this. Do a quick swatch for you. And I've just been applying this again with a brush all over my eyelid. They live up to the 24-hour name, long wearing, really easy to work with. They don't crease, they're fantastically pigmented, really like these. For lips, you probably already know that I'm a big fan of the Revlon lip butters. I'm wearing the shade Tutti Frutti at the moment. I wouldn't necessarily say this is a favourite just yet. It's one that I've just gotten into. I thought it'd be nice to try a peachy shade for spring. I've been loving Berry Smoothie. It's one of my all-time favourite lip colours. The one that I've discovered this month is Pink Truffle, which is this shade here. It's a great neutral with a brown undertone, which originally put me off because I don't really like brown undertones in lipsticks, but this works perfectly as a very sort of neutral, your lips but better colour when wearing a smoky eye. I would definitely recommend picking this up. There's loads of 3 for 2 offers on at the drugstore at the moment, or at least over here in Boots, so there's a few recommendations for you if you're looking for 3 products to try out. Lastly is a product that I did not get on well with to begin with, but I persevered and now I love it, and I'm a little bit worried that it's starting to dry out and I don't have access to this because it's an American brand. This is the Physicians Formula Organic Wear Jumbo Mascara, the one in the green tube. Everyone goes on about this. It's definitely a product worth the hype as far as I'm concerned. It's got a really large plastic bristle brush, which I originally found quite difficult to work with, but now that I'm accustomed to it, it's perfect for giving that sort of very feminine, fluttery, defined, volumized, lengthened look. It's just the look that I go for with my mascara, and I can get it perfectly with this. It dries to a sort of matte finish. It's not too glossy, so it's ideal for every day, although you can build it up for a night out look. If you'd like to see this in use, and also the Sigma Eyeshadow Tapered blending brush, then I used both of those products in my St. Patrick's Day tutorial, so do check those out. I'll link that below, as well as the video with Carly, as well as my swap with Carly. Those are all my beauty favourites. Do let me know what your favourites are of the month. My non-beauty favourites I'm going to go through really quickly because this is going to be the longest video ever. But I've been really enjoying this mug from Marks & Spencer's. I collect anything with a lip print, so this really appealed to me. On the subject of Marks & Spencer's, I've been getting really into their almonds. I've been on a bit of a health kick at the moment, and these have been my go-to snack. Just a few of these a day, really healthy and filling as well, much more so than chocolate. You may be wondering what's brought on this health kick. You know, it's not really the time of year to be having one. We're too far away from summer to be sort of thinking about bikini bodies, but the new year has long since passed and it's not really New Year's resolutions. However, I've recently discovered Carly Rowena's YouTube channel, which again I will link in the bar below, and she is fantastic. I've been doing the 30-day squat challenge and I have to say I feel fantastic. I'm really noticing results. I'm about halfway through it at the moment, and I would definitely recommend checking her videos out if you're looking for a little bit of a push to get onto the healthy eating and healthy exercise bandwagon. And she's fantastic at replying to tweets as well, so really can't recommend her highly enough. I finished reading The Fault in Our Stars by John Green this month. I really enjoyed this book. I went through it in about a weekend. It's pretty sad. You may well cry when you read this, but I would definitely recommend it. I will, rather than reading out the synopsis on the back, I will just write it down below so that you can see it if you're interested. Finally, I just want to say that I really hate the new YouTube layout, and I'm going to insert now a little link that you can use if you want to see the old subscription, if you want to see the old grid format for your subscriptions. So that will be appearing now. I much prefer that to the sort of list format that they've gone with now. It's so much better. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry this has been so long, but hopefully you'll like all the suggestions. Do let me know if you've tried any of these products or what your favourites for March have been, and I will see you all soon. If you're not already subscribed, then please do so, and enjoy the rest of your day. See you soon. Bye!